if the Milwaukee Bucks would have traded for John Morant, I think that would have put them in contention to try to get to the second round of the playoffs. I don't think they make the Eastern Conference Finals because I think, there's another trade that we're going to bring up a little bit with the Cleveland Cavaliers, the New York Knicks, and Detroit Pistons. I think those three teams right there in the East are going to be tough to beat, especially in Milwaukee, without having the shooters around them. But if they would have gotten John Morant from the Memphis Grizzlies, I think it would have been a great floor general for them to be out there and try to mitigate the offense as much as possible when Giannis is not on the floor and when Giannis is not mitigating.
Yeah, not Durant, sorry, John Morant sticking around in Memphis. That one was a kind of confusing one. He's had ever since all the troubles that he's had in Memphis. He's also like they seem like they've kind of given up on him in a weird way. He's still a young kid. He's very young. I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head exactly how old, but he's definitely a young talent. I think that he needs supporting cast around him. And I think he's grown up a lot this season, but he's also still had some issues with Memphis. And I don't know. I am surprised that he stuck around. Giannis, I didn't expect to leave. Wow, I cannot say it right here. John Morant.
Morant.
Jeez.
Let's tease tongue cheeks.
Jesus, So anywho, I expected him to be on the move though. I just think that I think they both need a fresh start. I think that they expected him to be the star franchise player. And I think that he went through some growing pains and he wasn't ready for that. And I think they were ready to move on from him, but I'm guessing they probably didn't get too much offers.
Supposedly they didn't get no offer for a first round pick. And this is what I wanted to ask you, because it's crazy to me that no team offered a first round pick for him. But do you believe he is worth not only a first round pick, it's going to be 2 or 3 picks, but do you think he's worth a first round pick?
I would say 1. I wouldn't do multiple years.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
I could see a 1, but way down the line. I could see maybe that more of like the packaging to second round picks for him, but I think a lot of it just you're cutting the baggage with Morant. So I think that's the part of the problem. If he didn't have all those issues prior to this going into it, I think it would have been a hell of a lot easier of a sell to get higher picks. But you're also getting a guy that's all of a sudden on top of all the suspension stuff was also having injury issues as well. So with Morant, he has all the talent in there in the world. It's just putting it all together. And whenever that actually does kind of come together, I think he'll get back to that, bright star in the league that everybody was infatuated with. But I think that's part of the problem why he couldn't get that is they couldn't get that. It's just because they feel baggage and all the extra stuff that's going to come with taking on that player.
No, that's exactly what it is, because his skill set is up there. He couldn't easily be an all-star if it's not for his injury problems, if it's not for that off the field drama stuff that he comes with. But man, like the skill set is there, bro. The skill set is there. So the dude needs to just learn to really keep his mouth shut sometimes. Like just go out there and play. Like I really feel like he's just taking a lot of this for granted, man. And it's gonna slap him in the face if the team doesn't want to trade for him, because the Grizzlies are not gonna re-sign him. And maybe there'll be a team out there that will give him a contract that he wants, like, maybe like a 2-3 year deal. But if he doesn't fix the attitude problem and off the court drama, man, I don't know, man. I don't see a lot of teams being like, you know what, we're gonna take this guy on and we're gonna give this team a first round draft pick with 2 other picks or maybe another player. Like we're just gonna wait till his contract literally gets done. And we'll see where he wants to go inside.
Yeah, I wish he could have been around him as a great pop pitcher, back in the Spurs, back in the the Duncan and Ginobili, those guys and stuff like that. That real team chemistry, and they all understood the basketball side of it and stuff. And I feel like that he hasn't really had that much of a cast around him per se that's been anything like that, and since he's been in Memphis, really. So being young, having all the star power, everything is all look at me stuff now with all these social media and all that stuff. I think that it was just a bad start for him, because I don't know if you've ever seen any of his college or even early college pictures stuff, he was kind of not this guy looking at all. He had glasses and, he was like totally different. But then he got a little bit of star power, I feel like, and realized, put on some highlight reel stuff, and now he's like, super famous, and that might have gone to his head a little bit. So I agree. I think
a little bit.
I was trying to be
a lot of it.
I think I was going to be
fair. Man, you got to call a spade, man. This kid is throwing his basketball career in the gutter, man, and a lot of people would kill to have the power, the position, the money, the skill set that he has right now, man, and he's just throwing it away in the trash, dude.